Hi, all. This is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where it's time to celebrate. I just want to celebrate the glorious weather and a glorious day on Wall Street. It was a real turnaround with big green candles everywhere you looked. Dr. J called this. I called it on Sunday. I told you, looking at the Dow, we're right at that 38.2% retrace, looking ripe for a turnaround. Of course, we didn't get the exact date. It took one more day. I thought maybe Monday would be the turnaround day. But there's been an all-out assault by the White House, by the antitrust the area to look into big tech companies, Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, who else? You name it, they're under assault. And I think it's largely because one of those CEOs owns the Washington Post. I could be wrong, but I think that's one of the main reasons. In any event, that was Monday, the big sell-off in the Nasdaq due to the assault on tech. But the Dow and the S&P were flat to even. Flat to up slightly, I'm sorry. So I knew on Monday that this was a temporary phenomenon. These companies have periodically got under assault, and it takes forever for the government to move. And these companies know how to defend themselves. So I'm not too worried. And today, all of a sudden, as Jigglypuff said before, that we're back in the saddle again. Everything looks rosy today. Rate cuts on the horizon. No more tech attack because not likely they'll succeed. What other optimism did I hear? Trade wars are diminishing. You name it, I've heard it. But really what made this market turn around, you know what it is, Dr. J's fib support line. All right, anyway, I want to look at messages. So if any of you are on live with me and want to give me some chat messages, I'm going to my phone now where I can see them. Let's see. Okay. Here we go, live. Anybody want to chat? I don't think there's any chat messages yet.
Okay.
I have to mute this phone. Otherwise, you'll get an echo, 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 echo. Because there is a delay between my phone and my computer. I don't know why, but I guess it's transmission related, transmission time. Just like on some TVs in my house, I had the Met game about 30 seconds ahead of the other one. Crazy. In any event, I'm absolutely delighted. I went on a shopping spree the last couple of days, Monday and Tuesday. I understand pot was on sale. I bought all the pot I could buy. I kind of got carried away by the huge sales on Kronos, CGC, Curlf, CURLF, which is Curaleaf, Canopy Growth, and Kronos, right? CRON, CGC, CURLF. I added to my positions in all three. I don't know if I should admit this or not, but on Sunday, there were a bunch of you ganging up on me. Isn't it time to sell CVM? Isn't it a mistake to be in CVM? Is there any chance it could come back? Well, I'm going to admit the truth. I added more CVM Monday and today. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment. But if Gert Kirsten, the CEO, can add more, and he's got a hell of a lot more than me to begin with, so can Dr. J. So I'm taking a big chance on CVM just because it went up $1 today. Doesn't mean that the results are going to be stellar. In fact, let me say this about CVM. I think it's really a 50-50 chance that the results will meet the primary endpoint of 10% increase in increase or decreased mortality, however you want to put it. So I believe we're about even money of hitting that 10% number. But what happens if we hit a 9% number? I don't even know what that means. You failed? Still pretty good. What if it's an 8.75%? What if it's 9.75%? So these trials are somewhat befuddling to me. On the other hand, clearly, if it does exceed the primary endpoints greatly, extends life by 20% or something, that would be phenomenal. I don't expect that. But there are secondary and tertiary endpoints that it could meet. So my feeling is even money, and I'm in it to win it. Even money that the data readout will meet its primary endpoints. That's my feeling. Flip that coin. If it comes out heads, you're a big winner because I think you'll get 4 or 5 to 1 easy. And if it's true that it's even money, who knows what the real odds are. But if that's really true, that it's even money and you're getting 4 or 5 to 1, maybe 10 to 1, that's a pretty good bet that I would take any day, right? All right, so anyway, do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. I did respond to a viewer's request to chart CHK, even though I don't follow it, never been in it, don't like the energy sector one bit. I charted it, and it doesn't look too bad. So I try to honor requests. I get around to it, especially if you repeat the request, as this particular viewer did. How can I say no? I also have eight or nine other charts, all the indices, Amazon, JP Morgan, Apple. What else? CVM. Okay, so all the indices, those 4, and Chesapeake Energy. Okay, so let's get to it. Do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Please subscribe to this vlog. Give me a thumbs up. That means you like me. And so on and so forth. Share the link. Write comments. Do all the things Dr. J likes. And we'll get along just fine. Let's share screen. Some of you have been asking me, why did I cut down on the frequency of my vlog? And the reason is simple. I'm having too much fun in the sun. I've been heading to the beach. I've been just enjoying myself. And, you know, I certainly will continue to broadcast 2 or 3 times a week. And when the summer becomes fall, I'll probably increase that. In the wintertime, who knows, you might see me every day. So I'm doing this when I have time. It's not a vocation, it's a vocation rather. It's something I enjoy doing. I hope you enjoy me. So let's take a look. Dow Jones Industrial Averages. And I've been pretty good at calling market bottoms, not so good at calling market tops. But I believe we were in corrective mode and we're out of the correction. Although I do expect a bit of a pullback tomorrow. Let's see if the Dow lows, which it finally did. I'll show you what I mean. I expect a little pullback. You don't get a 2% move of 500 points up without giving back a little. All right, so how much is a little? I think we give back as many as 200 points tomorrow or the next day. And then continue up from there. I think I have too many windows open. It is what's known as painfully slow, but that's okay. I can fill in with a little monologue. I can tell you about Jigglypuff's Gene Autry comment. I still don't see anybody chatting. Nobody wants to chat with me tonight. Okay, let's take a look here. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 2%. Well, what are we? Come on, chart, don't disappear on me. Jigglypuff said, "We're back in the saddle again," as Gene Autry used to sing. I don't think Jigglypuff remembers Gene Autry. Dr. J remembers Gene Autry. He was a singing cowboy, yes, indeed. Okay, he also owned the Seattle Mariners, and he was a rich old dude in his old later years. I don't know what else he owned. Okay, this was a very interesting doji that had turned in on Monday to Dow, closing right at the 61.8% fib retrace that we talked about on Sunday. So that was encouraging, even though it was down 4 points. It didn't mean anything. And look at this beautiful green candle. Beautiful green candle. Usually what happens, I found, is that when you get a candle like this, you get some kind of pullback. It doesn't have to be a big one, but usually it'll pull back. Maybe it'll pull back to these lows from May 1. These lows from May 1 are 25,222, which is perfect. I don't have to draw the line. It's right here. 25, what is this low? 25,222. Maybe it pulls back a little lower than that even, to about 25,219. Yeah, that's enough. It doesn't have to pull halfway back, but it could. So I'm going to draw one more line. Another possible stopping point would be about halfway. I expect pullbacks after days like today. So maybe right around there, 25,138. It could go down close to the 200 points, give back. That makes sense. It makes sense to me. It doesn't have to, of course. It could just go straight up tomorrow. We do have resistance at the 200-day. Then at the 100-day and finally at the 50-day, I think we take all of these out en route to new all-time highs. I'm still extremely bullish. On Sunday, I said I'm the last of the bulls, the last of the Mohegans. Everybody on Wall Street was all turning bearish. You name it, on CNBC, mostly bearish remarks, bearish sentiment. But Dr. J is a true believer that the market rally is not yet over, that we make new all-time highs before that crash. And when we make those new all-time highs, it's going to be a ferocious blow off top, and everyone's going to want to clamber into the action, play those penny stocks. When that happens, when the pennies start zooming and getting a lot of volume, you know it's almost done, but not yet, in my mind. I could be wrong, of course. I've been wrong before. I'm going to look quickly at the Nasdaq Composite. It had a horrible day on Monday. It had the worst day of all the indices by far, but it had a really good 2.65 move up today that more than compensated for it. Look at that beautiful green candle, not as beautiful as the Dow's, because Monday's red candle was just as large, if not larger. So, this doesn't look as bullish, but clearly, I think we do give back a little, maybe a little more than the Dow even, let's say to 74.53, and then continue on up. So I'm still bullish, but I think we have to take this out. Maybe it bounces down off at a 200, and then we have an immediate test of the 100-day. Not immediate, but the next challenge is 100-day, which I also believe it will overcome en route to the 50, en route to new all-time highs. It's already made new all-time highs. This is an all-time high on 429. I think we take that out. Okay, I'm going to try to X these out so maybe things will load quicker. This is the RUT. Dr. J has more money in the RUT than any of the other ETFs. I have the IWM, overweighted IWM. I believe it's underperformed the other indices. And over the last 20 years, it's clearly been the leader of the other indices. I think it's got some catch up to play. And it's consistent with my theory of a sis boom bar final rally prior to the end of the bull. So I think the end of the bull is coming, but not yet. So right now I remain bullish, more bullish today than I was on Sunday, clearly. And I have every right to be more bullish considering this big green candle. And these lines were already drawn. They're very good, likely stopping points on any pullback attempt. All right, so we may not be learning too much from all the different indices because they all have similar, really great looking charts. Let's look at the S&P 500. Underweighted the S&P 500, underweighted the Dow. That is, I'm underweighted at SPY and DIA. I'm overweighted IWM. I'm overweighted the Qs. All right, but mostly IWM. This is a very nice candle, however, beautiful candle. Monday's candle showed a very nice comeback with almost a doji. Nice candle. It gave me hope that consistent with the Dow, this was a very good comeback. Maybe we continue today, which we did. And we closed right at resistance on the 100-day, which means I think we will get a pullback, which would be normal to about 2787, no, lower, maybe 2700. Something like, no, high, right about here, 2784. I'll stick with that number. All right, I think we get a little pullback. Apple had the best day of the tech stocks that I've been following. Clearly, that's wrong. It wasn't down today. Went up to 179. There you go, 179.64, up 3.66%. Kicking myself why I bought Amazon instead of Apple. Clearly, Apple is not under the gun as much as Amazon because Cook is not on the hit list as much as Bezos. Bezos is not liked in the White House. And that's nothing to do with Amazon. It has everything to do with its ownership of the Washington Post. Okay, anyway, this is a nice big green candle, very lovely. And it had a nice bounce back day on Monday. This is looking extremely bullish. I do think you'll have another chance to buy, let's say at the high of the day on Monday, 177.92. So look for a pullback to the 177s if you want to add to your Apple positions. I think it will find a little bit resistance at the 100. So even if it does go up, it'll probably come back down one way or the other, down and then up, or up and then down. There's going to be a lot of movement tomorrow. We're going to have a whipsaw market tomorrow. It's going to be great for the, what do you call it, doctors, PT doctors, doctors of physical therapy. All right, I'm working on the necks of the investors as the market whips around tomorrow. Amazon up 2.18%, not a bad day, to 17.29. Oh yeah, I bought it at 17.17 on Monday. So I'm up a little. Nothing to get too excited about. I think it'll give back some tomorrow. Let's take a look at it. It doesn't have as good a chart as Apple, not at all. It doesn't have a bigger green candle than the red candle from the day before, but it is a harami. A harami at the end of a downturn could be significant. It also looks like an A, B, C correction is just about over. So here we go, A, B, C. Typical corrective pattern. The Dow also had that kind of pattern, as did I didn't check every single stock, but where I notice it, I'll say it. Am I bullish Amazon? Of course I am. I bought it, didn't I? JP Morgan Chase. I'm not as bullish Amazon as I am Apple, however. JP Morgan, I did not buy it. I was thinking of buying it, but I didn't. I wish I had. I was actually thinking of buying it on Monday when it had a green candle. Today it had a beautiful day with a gap up. And do I think it'll give back some? Yes. I think it might come down a lot. It might come down to test the 200 and then go back up. So it's going to go down. I think it'll come back down. Maybe I'll enter this financial giant tomorrow on a pullback. Maybe. I'm not saying I will. I'm not saying I won't. But am I bullish JPM? Totally bullish JPM. I think it makes a full retrace to new highs. Not new highs. Eventually new highs. I like JPM. CVM. Well, we had a big discussion about CVM. JD is on. CVM has kicked butt, but I got into it Friday. And with an exclamation mark, says, wow. Wow. Yes, JD. Yes. I'm with you. I'm saying whoopee, whoopee doodah. I'm saying yowie, zowie. What a green candle. What a great move by JD. JD, you're looking like a genius. But don't get upset if it pulls back a little tomorrow. I can see it pulling back to the high of the day on Friday, which is 435. So I've been adding to this, my position. I can't control myself. I told you I wasn't going to because I have enough of it. But I'm really a riverboat gambler at heart, and I don't know if I do think what I said is true. I think we're looking at an even money shot that's going to come very close to hitting its primary endpoint, if not hit it. I don't know what it means if it comes close and fails. You guys might know better than me. Um, okay, I don't think it matters much if it hits 9.8% or 10%. What's the difference? But technically, it will not meet it. Okay, anyway, I think I expect a little pullback. I don't know if I can control myself. I might just buy more if it pulls back. I do believe it'll pull back. But I think also, like I said on Sunday, the results are ways off. I don't think we're getting them tomorrow or next week or next month. I think we got to sit with this till the fall. That's my gut feeling on this. I do think the longer it takes, the more likely it is the results are good, and the more likely we get a run up prior to results. So maybe the right strategy is to take a little off as it seems like we're getting closer to results, especially when it goes above the $8 mark, which it could happen on any given run. So in the next run up, which kind of started now, look for the $8 mark to be taken out. That's my opinion. Very bullish CVM. Chess, I'm much more bullish CVM today than I was on Sunday. You guys had me nervous on Sunday. Barbarian, I checked it. So he wants to know that I checked CHK. I charted it. There it is. It's coming up now. Okay. I don't mind the chart. I just don't like the sector. The chart shows that it's kind of got a rounded bottom, and the change in concavity looks good. I mean, you can build a few positives in here for the chart. The only thing I don't like, it looks like maybe it's going to have a tough time breaking above this high of 216. If it breaks through that 216 level, congratulations, you're going to have a nice winner. But if I'm playing this thing, if I had gotten in near the lows today, what was the low today? The close was the low. $1.99, 201. I might just look for 15 cents and be happy if I'm getting into this. I don't think I'm getting into it because it's just not something that I normally play. I only charted it for you. You're the one that asked for it, right? I think so. You've asked me before, right, Barbarian? JD, I know Jiggly had me spooked on the CVM. Yeah, he had me spooked too a little bit. But Jiggly had a change of tune. If you look at his last comment, he said, we're back in the saddle again, or what a difference a day makes is the song that comes to my mind, JD. What a difference a day makes. If I sing to you, you'll all change the channel. All right, anyway, let me go back to say sayonara, say shalom, or all those things I normally say. But in order to say it, I want to look into the camera. I want to say all those things directly to you. So I have to stop screen sharing and wait. Why do I have to wait? Because Verizon has a delay. Oh, thank you, Verizon. You were pretty quick today. So as I was saying, shalom, arrivederci, ciao, and please subscribe to the vlog. Tell your friends about me. I had the crystal ball working pretty well on the Dow call, on the market turnaround call. So Dr. J occasionally makes some really good prognostications. But occasionally I throw in a few clunkers. You got to kind of weed them out. Okay, so hasta luego. I don't want to say hasta mañana because technically that means tomorrow, and I'm not sure that I'm going to broadcast on a daily basis anymore. Look for me 2-3 times a week during this beautiful weather. So this is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York. I want to see more people subscribing. I've been at 1,202 for about a week. What's wrong with you guys? Because I cut out broadcasting every day. You're not interested in subscribing anymore? But what I have to say is important, even if it's only 3 times a week. Right, JD? JD's with me. Adios, amigos.